Greetings, my name is Shawndella.Roberts, and this is coaching video number 3, Improve.
And this is our warm-up for today, and the warm-up is talking about the road not taken. How many of you have heard that poem before, the road not taken? You've heard it before? We're going to use our metacognitive markers. Can somebody tell me what metacognitive markers are supposed to do for your life in reading and in other courses like science, social studies, even math if it's dealing with a word problem? So can someone tell me what metacognitive markers are? Corey?
They help point out or help you understand the text or anything that you're working on better.
They help you understand the text or anything that you are focusing on. What else? Yes? Yes, ma'am?
Use a question mark when you have a question about what you're reading.
Use a question mark when you have a question about what you're reading. And the other part. Yes?
Use a silver/hour when you want to make a comment.
When we're reading The Road Not Taken, when you hear words or you see phrases or you don't understand something, I want you to make sure that you circle, underline, marker going to help us be better at. Understanding what? The passage or the text. So let's listen to it real fast, okay?
The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
And the author is Robert Frost, and this is one of Miss Ponder's favorite poems. And when I started thinking about the story, A Long Walk to Water, I'm thinking in my head about Solomon. A long walk to water, the road not taken. Oh, they could find a lot of stuff in there. You tell me which one you did or would have done. Because that's the whole purpose in us doing this. Okay? Now, looking at the metacognitive markers. First, which metacognitive marker would you have used? Okay, the star. So you would make a comment. So which would you have put a comment beside? Okay. So that's your comment. Thank you. Lotana, give me one. Come up here for me, please.
I can do it myself.
Okay, go ahead. Take over. Tell us as you're doing it what you're doing. And which metacognitive marker?
I would underline.
Okay. He's going to underline. What does underline mean? Underline is key ideas. Okay.
I would underline where it says two roads diverge in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by.
Underline that for us. Okay, he underlined that. Two roads diverge in the woods, and I took the one less traveled. We're reading a story, but what is she doing? Why would I randomly pick a poem to bring it together to the story? Okay, my last question, because there's a lot of stuff in A Long Walk to Water that we can use these metacognitive markers for. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, and why would Miss Ponders choose The Road Not Taken and then pick A Long Walk to Water? What am I trying to bring together with those? Do you think that he's going to have decisions that he's going to have to make?
Yes.
He made a critical decision after they shot his uncle. What was that decision? What did he tell himself?
To keep on going.
Keep going. He was in a barnyard by himself, upset. More people came. They accepted him. Then he got ushered in. He made friends. He lost his uncle. He lost his friend. And now he's at a camp. And we're at the part in the story where they're telling everybody at the camp they must do what? Run to the river. So,
For criterion number 2, I was able to gather the data on student progress toward the goal. I had a checklist that I used while I watched the video. For criterion 3, I was able to use a very similar checklist as I watched the video to gather data on the teacher's implementation of the practice and use of technology while teaching. thought you did a great job. I wanted to give you this self-assessment,
Okay.
and I just want to see, how do you feel the lesson went? Did you meet your goals? So we can go over this together if you like.
Okay, technology integration presents information in a clear and understandable manner. I think I did that. And then teachers comfortable using. I know I used a PowerPoint. I had pictures on it. The students were able to come up and interact with the board and write in the things that they needed to. So I think I mastered that.
Yes.
Metacognitive markers included and created relevant opportunities to integrate metacognitive markers. Yes, I was really excited about being able to take the poem, The Road Not Taken, and take the book of A Long Walk to Water, because we were talking about Sava's journey and how he would have many roads that he would have to go on in that particular book, and he had to choose the road less traveled sometimes. So it worked out really good, and with the metacognitive markers, the students were able to come up and interact on the board. So I think that worked out really good.
Yeah, and I really thought it was a great idea to have the poem be the warm-up before you got back into the novel, and I thought it was a great choice. You made a really good connection with that, so I thought that was great.
Metacognitive markers, yes, and we've been using them throughout the year, but this was one of my first times letting them to the board and actually kind of write in the things or tell me what they needed to put in. As the students are answering and posing the question clearly and directly, I feel like I did do that, but I had, can I put yes and no?
Okay. So that's an area you want to improve in?
Yes,
okay.
Because I posed the question, but I had to give them time to get into, okay, well, we usually do a metacognitive markers with stories. Now we're doing it with a poem, and how it's not different. It's still, you're still doing the same thing. It's only one is a story, one is a poem. So I think that kind of threw them off a little bit at first. I did allow them time to process and answer, and I think it was a good idea for them to come up because they were able to answer. Other students were answering. I think they started feeling a little more comfortable. And even coming up to the board, it wasn't something that they get to do very often, but I want them to be more comfortable and feel more relaxed when providing answers.
Really, I gave all yeses.
Oh, okay.
And I said that the teacher commands the room. I felt like you had good command of the students. I felt like they were engaged. They were paying attention to everything you were saying. The technology definitely was included, multiple formats of technology, and you seemed very comfortable. I know you talked about not being that comfortable with it originally, but you seem very comfortable on video.
I think I get uncomfortable when I have to switch so many different places.
Okay.
I need to really learn how to.
Student engagement and student responses. I thought all the questions were posed clearly and directly. I think you gave them great wait time, which is what we're supposed to do. Those are good teacher practices. And I thought the learning environment was welcoming and challenging at the same time, and that is just a recipe for perfection. So you met your goals and surpassed your goals. You feel like you have room for improvement when it comes to your student engagement and student responses. So, I mean, we can always grow, and then you can always incorporate more technology too. But overall, I feel like we met our goal. You feel?
I feel good. The one thing that I do want to learn is how to, be able to have my PowerPoint up and not minimize it and click the link so we can watch the video straight out without me going back and forth. And I think that will cut back on some of my nervousness.
And a lot of that, honestly, is not your fault. It's our Wi-Fi not connecting, and it'll bounce over to the screen and we have to pull it over. But I can still show you how to do that in a more smooth way.
Oh, that would be great. Well, thank you for helping me.
Great job.
I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time for watching. I do want to let you know that Ms. Ponders and I did decide on a time to meet after Thanksgiving break to go over a little bit more technology and how to implement different applications with the boards that we have at our school. We do have some Wi-Fi issues, but we did set that up as well. Thank you for your time.